Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Final Fantasy draft here on the channel. We opened a Jenova Ancient Calamity, which is one of the best rares in the set, I think. It really looks a little bit underwhelming potentially when you first read it, like, oh, it's just 4 mana for a 1/5, but it grows all of your creatures, and then if any of your creatures die via like self-sacrificing them or just trading in combat, as long as it's your turn, you'll draw a bunch of cards, and usually that's enough to win the game. So really strong threat, has to be answered, or it pretty much just runs away with the game. Other than that, I do like Gaius von Belsar. You can usually find a way to use this for value, like make your opponent sacrifice an enchantment when you don't have one, make them sack a token when you don't have one, things like that. Chocobo Racetrack, a card that I thought would be a little better than it is. It's kind of a late game tool that you can run sometimes, but not a huge priority. And then Omega, I don't like to first pick this card. In the commons, I like Magitech Infantry. I think I would take that over Sahagin. But that's just because getting an early Magitech can give you a big direction. But Jenova's great. We would love to play black-green, though if we have to splash this, we probably will. Like if we're playing red-green, we'd splash it. Following up Jenova, we'll just take a Cloud of Darkness here. There is strong cards in this pack that aren't the multicolored card, but we already have Jenova. We already want to play black-green, and Cloud of Darkness is great. And similar to Jenova, if we're just playing any green deck, we can just splash black, and now we have 2 cards to splash instead of 1 in that scenario. Though playing straight up black-green would just be great. There's also Eject, which is a nice card. So bounce something, draw a card. It might not seem like the biggest impact, but bouncing things, as long as this is replacing itself, is pretty nice because you can bounce tokens, you can bounce like your own things, you can bounce your opponent's things, like mid-combat to mess with them up. So lots of good stuff there. There's also a Balamti Rexor, which is good. If I had to guess what was going to wheel out of this pack, sometimes it's a fun game to play. I would guess that Ice Flan, Vincent's Limit Break, Magic Pot for sure, Airship Crash, maybe Light of Judgment, Barrett Wallace, and Stuck. So those are the cards that I would guess would wheel. Oh, nicely done. Our draft is off to a killer start. So if we hadn't had the Jenova, we would have actually probably gone white card, Cloud of Darkness, back to another Magitech Infantry if we had started with Magitech. Because getting like 4 of those is really good. But Final Days is so strong. If you're filling your graveyard, which we want to be doing anyway, then Final Days just makes us so many tokens in the late game. So we've got 3 really strong payoffs for the graveyard for the black-green graveyard deck. Jenova's not really a graveyard payoff, but it's really good for black-green. Cloud of Darkness cares about the graveyard. Things to fill the graveyard are going to be huge priorities for us, and things to get things back from the graveyard as a result. The rest of this pack is a little weaker. Suplex is solid. Magitech Infantry is good. Ultimate Macia is nice in blue-black. It's not really the best splash because you need to have double blue and double black, but it's still a solid card. And then Zac Fair can be good. Black Mage's Rod can be solid. So Final Days is good. You don't really want Black Mage's Rod in as much in this strategy because you'd rather just have creatures so that when you fill your graveyard, you have permanents for like, or creatures for Final Days. Though I guess Cloud of Darkness just cares about permanents. Here it's a very easy Vane's Treachery. This is a card that I would be taking more aggressively, even if it wasn't like, even if there was other good black cards in the pack, this card goes up in priority because when you have Jenova, ways to sacrifice your own creatures is really valuable. Because with Jenova in play, you have 1 Vane's Treachery, you sacrifice your 3/3, you draw 3 cards, and you just win the game. Chocobo Kick is a card I'm a little bit lower on than I once was. I would still take it here second out of this pack, I think, over Reach the Horizon, because this isn't really a Reach the Horizon strategy. But Vane's Treachery is a fantastic addition to the squad here. And now we see an interesting pack again. Combat Tutorial is really strong in blue, but we're pretty well committed to black-green. If we were, like, black seems like the color that's more open than green, honestly. And if we were to splash, we would want to be base green. So if we're black and playing green, we're not going to splash. And Hectize is a really solid 2-drop. I like having this one. Rydia's Return can be decent in these decks. You play like 1 copy of this. Buffs up your team sometimes, plays well with the Final Days. You can get stuff back from your graveyard, but it's very expensive and I don't love it. And then Suplex is a great removal spell. Sometimes you can play Airship Crash, but it's not a priority. So Hectize it is. Okay, now there's a Gaius Greens. It's looking like red-white's a little open. Magitech armor is really strong. Quarrel isn't the best, but it's fine. Summon Chocomog is a card I don't like, but Gaius Greens, we're picking it up. Okay, and now we'll get World Map. Ignis, Scientia, Airship Crash, Counterspell. We're seeing some good cards, but we've got such a good start for black-green that we're just going to stay the course, take the world map. World map is a card that you can play in just straight black-green because it puts another permanent in your graveyard for Cloud of Darkness. You can sacrifice it to Vane's Treachery in the late game. So those are just things that you can consider running world map for as an example. You don't have to, though. And then we get some late cards that we can't use. We'll just take the Scout. At this point, we're pretty well committed. I guess we could take Combat Tutorial, but we never splash that card. It's not really a splashable card. We'll take the Scout, even though it's not a card we want to play. Shinra Reinforcements on the wheel is fantastic. I am stunned to see Magic Infantry wheel. As you probably heard, I said I would consider first picking that card out of the pack. But Shinra is just what we want. It mills us, fills our graveyard, fuels our synergies. Now we get Airship Crash, Light of Judgment Wield. Was there a worse card in that pack? I think for some reason I said 7 cards in that pack. I knew that these three would wheel, but yeah, Airship Crash, not the worst, but not the best either. Namazu Trader, don't mind that guy. Makes a treasure. Surveilling can be useful. Currently, we don't want to play the Loperate Scout or the Airship Crash. Or really that. Namazu Trader is fine, though. We'll take Windhurst over Airship Crash and Phantom Train. Windhurst, maybe we'll see a white card we really want to splash, though it's unlikely. Or we'll get like a Town's Payoff where playing a half on color town is okay. But yeah, hopefully we don't send weird signals by passing late black and green cards. They're pretty bad, so it shouldn't be too bad for us. 7 really solid cards here for a deck. We need to get a little bit more than that, but pack 2 should be good to us. And we have to play Namazu Trader. It's not the end of the world. Pack 2. So Reno and Rude is more of an aggressive card than a defensive card. It's like you want to be attacking, you want to have stuff to sacrifice. Currently we have like Heck Dies to sacrifice, but not a ton to sacrifice other than that. I like Geisal Greens in these decks. I like Heck Dies in these decks. I like Dire Rat's fine. Bard's Bow is fine. The Rare is not a card worth noting because it's just, we're not going to have huge things to put into play, and it's just really inefficient as a 4-mana 1/1. I don't like it at all. I think I'm just going to take Heck Dies here. 2 copies is, I mean, they do get worse in multiples, but I still think it's a good card. Real solid. I wouldn't mind Geisal Greens. It sometimes wheels, though. And then there's another Vane's Treachery. Love seeing that. Good removal spell. Another Reno and Rude. There's a Grand Pulse Ochu. There's a Precious Wandering. So a few other solid cards in the pack. Seeing a blue-red path through here is also interesting. But with the way we started our draft, we pretty much had to play black-green. And now we get Town Greeter, which is just fantastic for us. I would enjoy Marlborough. It would be a good card. But Town Greeter is just what we want. It fills our graveyard. Makes any cards, like any copies of Phaidon that we see, which we should be able to get late. It's the 3-mana return 2 creatures from your graveyard to your hand. It makes any of those better. Town Greeter is just fantastic. And we are still seeing white-blue artifacts being open. I think that would have been a really good path through this draft for us, but we got black-green instead, and we're pretty happy with where we're at. Okay, now we'll take a Grand Pulse Ochu. This is getting a little dicey. Sometimes that's what happens, though, when you start off with a card like Jenova, is it really does bias your entire draft, and you just have to be willing to accept that it's like, if you're trying to get a deck that has an average power level of, like, say, 7 out of 10, okay? If your Jenova provides 10 out of 10 card, and the rest of your cards provide 6 out of 10s or whatever, then that's, or 5 out of 10s, that's still better than a deck that, like, averages whatever. It's like, you average them out. Ooh, Saz's Chocobo. Nice, nice, nice. Even though we're not that aggressive, we still love the Chocobo here over the Bard's Bow, which we might wheel the other copy we saw. So, like, none of my cards in this list are bad right now. Sure, maybe I could get slightly better, like incrementally better cards if I was playing white-blue or whatever other color combination. Let's just say white-blue. But Jenova is really good. Cloud of Darkness is really good. And Final Days are really good. So my first 3 picks all leverage me so well in one direction that it's going to be pretty fine regardless. Okay, I'm going to put the Namazu Trader in right now. And yeah. And now we get a Torgal. Like, yeah, we're getting really good cards. Torgal is fantastic. Love seeing this button. So we have a couple removal spells. We've got mostly just creatures. We got a little bit of graveyard synergy with the Geisal greens and the Final Days, the Cloud of Darkness, a couple of self-mill cards. More removal spells would definitely be nice, but we currently have the 3. Diamond Weapon is a great pickup. Love seeing this. Rewards me for filling my graveyard, which my deck definitely wants to do. There is also Fight On. We generally can get these pretty late. Like, I've gotten these last pick before. 5, 6. Yeah, I'm not. This is the last card I'm going to see out of this pack, but yeah, still. Bard's Bow might wheel from the first pack. I might play that. But I do think Diamond Weapon is good when I already have Shinra, Town Greeter, and I'm looking to get more self-mill. Like, I'd play a second Shinra in this deck happily. And now we get a Kubu Gardener over... No, I'm just going to take Chocobo Kick. My creatures are pretty small to start off with. I'm going to take Kubu Gardener, actually. I changed my mind. I like this card. Fight On would also be fine. Geisal Greens wheeled. Bard's Bow wheeled. I'll take the greens. Got a lot of 2-drops here. Precious Wanderings will be good. Plays well with the Geisal Greens and the Chocobo I have. Racetrack's okay. So I'm going to play the Gardener, and I'm going to cut a land for it. That's one of the logic. That's why I logicked it out that way. I'll play like 8/8 and play a Gardener. Okay, sure. We'll just take uncommons. Chocobo Kick was an interesting decision point there, because we don't have that much removal. I've just been pretty underwhelmed with Chocobo Kick in decks that are not, like, aggressive, because your opponent has time to just hold up interaction, and then you can never use your Chocobo Kick, which has been very frustrating. So here we have 18 playables here. We're in pretty good shape. Fight On's going to wheel, so we can just take the Balamti Rexor, give ourselves a nice top-end threat. I like that. Fight On hopefully wheels. Summon Anima can be really good. Summon Fat Chocobo can be really good. Resentful Revelation can also be really good. I think Anima would normally be my pick. I think Anima doesn't play as well in this deck because I kind of need to make sure my top end stabilizes me because I might not be able to kill early threats. Revelation's really tempting as a 2-drop that fills my graveyard because I really want that. But Chocobo is also just a really nice card. Let's take the Summon Fat Chocobo. Give myself a nice top-end threat. I don't have that many of them. Another Final Days is perfect. Just what I was looking for. Now I'm going to get the green-black land. I do like Gaius von Belsar. I think it's a great card. I also like Ahriman. But getting the land is going to really help me out. Make sure I can cast my spells consistently. I think I can cut the Namazu Trader at this point. Then we get Vanille or a Fat Chocobo. So Vanille has synergy with my flashback cards. So 1, 2. This card's with 3, 4, 5. Or I could just take a Chocobo. I'm not going to take the land here. I think these cards are better than the land. And I'm also going to have a Fight On the wheel. I'll take the Fang. I would like a nice little 3-drop here. I already got the 1 Chocobo, so now I have 4 big top-end guys, plus these 2. So I have pretty good late game. Bard's Bow over Hectai's number 3. That's going to be a pretty easy pick for me. Fill out a part of the curve that needs some help. There's a Grand Pulse Ochu now. So if this was my 23 spells plus my land, I would be okay with it. I don't really regret not taking the Chocobo Kick, but I do wish that I'd gotten another piece of interaction, so I might play an Airship Crash. There's another Precious Wanderings. Also another Grand Pulse Ochu. I already have a couple of those, though. I don't think I really want the Precious Wanderings either, though. We didn't wheel it. Oh no. That's a disaster. Phaidon did not come back, eh? Well, that's okay. We will be fine. Creature count at 16. Chocobo Racetrack came back. Interesting. Definitely a heavily contested archetype here. So let's see. Do I want to splash white for Fate of the Sun, Chris, just to have one extra piece of removal? I think it might be worth it. So this is 7, 8, 9. We're green, 8 black, 1, 2, 3 white. That's 17 lands plus these things, so I can cut some lands. This is 7, 13, 14, 15 lands plus a world map and a gardener. 6, 7, 8, 6, 7. 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 1, 2, plus 1. That seems okay. I have the Precious Wanderings as well. I can cut the Airship Crash because I think that card's just bad. Fang, I don't think really gets there, but I'll play it. And then I will cut 2 Ochus because I already have a couple of green 1-drops. Yeah, this deck ended up being pretty interesting, I think. Namazu Trader's a consideration, especially because it gives me another white source. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Namazu Trader's okay, but it's not my favorite card. Let's just run it like this, and I'll see you in the first round. Before I get to the games, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the patrons who support my channel at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. If you have been enjoying my videos, if you've enjoyed all of the special guests I've been able to bring on, if you find my videos entertaining, educational, hopefully a combination of everything, Patreon is the way to give back to the channel, help me make more videos, and also gain access to cool bonus content that's going to help you in your drafts, like my card-by-card tier list and my format thoughts document. I put a lot of work into these, and I think they are really helpful resources for you. And you're also helping keep the channel thriving. I want to give a special shout out to those patrons who support at the credits level. It makes a huge difference, and without further ado, let's get to the games. Welcome to round 1. We'll keep this. The Plains could punish us here. Luckily, it did not. We have double black to play Final Days on curve. Okay, Sahagin. The marquee matchup of the format, blue-red versus black-green. Do I want to trade this for a Wyvern? I think so. I like one copy of Bard's Bows in these decks. Sure. So if I play Cloud of Darkness on turn 5, I want to play Shinra this turn. Remember, I can use Sahagin without sacrificing it. And this is a trade that I wanted to make last turn, so I'm okay with this. Perfect. 3 permanents for Cloud of Darkness. That's just what I wanted to see. Choco Comet, sure. I wish I could have killed Sahagin with this, but I think I might just have to use Vane's Treachery to kill Sahagin. If I draw a land, I can double spell, which is way better. So they don't have a permanent answer to it. And they're at... I'm not a high enough life total that I can survive Sahagin for a little bit. Trying to kill the Sahagin here. Punished by the tap land. Boom, got the win. If you're wondering why I wasn't playing my spells, it was because I'm a coward, slash I was hoping to draw a land so I could go Jenova plus hold up Vane's Treachery. Because I didn't want Sahagin to become a 7 toughness, like with a kill spell on my flyer. But I guess I should have just been more aggressive. The splash seems maybe potentially costly. I mean, the tap land was pretty brutal. This could have cost me. I think I'm going to remove the splash from my deck. And I know it weakens me to certain things, but it'll make my mana more consistent. And it's not like I have 2 removal spells, 3 removal spells, so this will be 15. I will add an airship crash, which is weaker interaction, but still reasonable. And this is 15, so I'll add 1 land. Add a forest. Cut the world map. Add another card. I'll add an Ochu. And we'll try it like this. Okay, see you next round. Welcome to another round. We'll keep this on the draw. We've got 2 plays we can make. If we draw one of our green sources, of which we have many now, we just added a couple of them, so that makes our deck a little bit better. We already have 2-drop, 4-drop, so our curve is at least reasonable. Perfect. Play Heck Dies. It deals with Ultros very well. It's a great answer. They get rid of Syncopate. Okay. Okay, Sahagin. I was wondering if I could get an attack in for 1, like if they play around Vane's Treachery, but they would just block and I would feel bad. Because if I had Vane's Treachery, I would just do the same exchange, presumably. If they have another Syncopate, they get me. But they could also just have, like, Ice Magic. Nope, of course. I'm shocked that they have 2 Syncopates in their deck. That was the main reason I played this. Huge, tremendous punish there. I can't imagine playing 2 of this card myself, so I just imagined my opponent was similar. And I lost a really good flashback spell as a result. I was thinking more along the lines of what if they have a Ice Magic or a Thunder Magic. That sort of thing. Do they have another Syncopate? So they have all spells in hand because I think they missed a land drop. Fire Magic. Yep. Torgal is a fine hound indeed. It does feel like they have another Syncopate potentially. I have this that I can start equipping to things. Got Geisal greens I can flash back next turn. Let's just do this and let them Syncopate a Geisal greens if they really feel like it. So they just hold up their mana and do nothing. That just buys me time to find more spells. Okay. Hate to see that. Do they have an Ice Magic? Lightning Bolt. Okay, I'm glad I forced them to use it on that instead of one of my other creatures. Warrior's Sword, yep. I don't like my odds this game. I don't have that many ways to answer Sahagin. I have to go for this, but I think they do have the syncopate. Oh, no, they don't. Nice. Gosh, pain. I can't believe they're splashing black. Oh, that's so bad for me. Oh, this is horrific. Okay. Hopefully I mill, like, I have a decent chance of hitting my town and gaining 2 extra life here. And this guy's a 2/2 because of the Torgal. No, Cloud. It's coming down to the wire. I assume that I'm dead in 2 turns. Okay. Okay. Horrifying. That's game. Wow. Wow. Fire magic is so good against my deck. Oh well. See you next round. Welcome to another round. We can easily keep this. The consistent mana is being pretty helpful here. Play this. We would love to hit a land next turn to play our Jenova. Shinra, sure. Blowout. Yeah, we'll get our tap land because we'd rather draw on tap lands at this point. That's pretty good for us. Sure. I like just jamming. They have to kill the Jenova now, which means they need to have like Sephiroth's intervention. We're just hitting them with our 4/4 while they try to do that. Sure. Just power up our Cloud of Darkness for next turn. Buff up Shinra. Attack for 1. Reno and Rude can sacrifice the 0/1. Easy double block for me. Okay, they got the Sephiroth's intervention. Creatures in graveyard is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 creatures in graveyard. It's a lot. So if I draw a land, I can flashback Final Days. We're just going to do this. I know we could technically Hectize their last card, but if their last card's an instant, they just get to play it anyway. Okay, sure. I can Cloud of Darkness, kill a blocker, and then attack everything, or I can just attack everything except that they can eat 2 of my guys. I think I'd rather kill a blocker. Or I can just go Geisel, Hectize. So they got a spell there. Vanille, okay. If I had just killed this thing, would it have been better? I kill this, attack with everything, they go block, 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 take 8. I'm just going to keep setting up. No favorable trades for them. Suffocate them out in a way. Okay, so now is my chance to strike. I'll kill their 3/3. Attack with everything. They can only eat 1 of my 2/2s. They just die. Perfect. Got the job done. Let's go. Always feels good to get a win. See you next round. Welcome to another round. We'll keep this. The good mana continues to help out. Precious Wanderings was really good last game. We have to be real careful with our mana in this, like our removal spells and stuff. No, not going to kill this. Hopefully they play it like an Ahriman. That would be perfect for me. Yeah, not great. Yeah, this game's looking really dire right now. 1 kill spell blows it all open for him. Okay. It doesn't scream combat trick to me. Q-Trube. Deadly Dispute, okay. Black-white is not the diamond weapon matchup of our dreams. Precious Wanderings. Sure. So they're miles from flipping this. That's going to have to die at some point. I'm not liking my chances right now. So the games where I draw Jenova, I think I'm just an underdog because my deck is underpowered. Or, yeah, and then the games where I do draw Jenova, I think I'm a little favored because Jenova is so good. That's kind of how these situations work themselves out. I am very sad now. Not good for me. They should definitely make a new copy of the dog. Because that would trigger their Albed Salvagers. Okay, that's going to have to die. Thank goodness. I needed that to work. So if I mill 2 permanents, then I can play Diamond Weapon this turn anyway. And I'm triggering my Fang. They don't have a kill spell. There's no way. Okay. If they drew a kill spell here, I'm in so much trouble. Okay, perfect. Five, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, okay. Gotta kill Vincent. Hate to see that. I'll attack with Cloud next turn. This is an artifact, remember, so I can kill that. I need to find my Oh, I already have used both Vane's Treacheries. I'm doomed. I don't think I have any more life gain either. They just have too many creatures. The Albed Salvagers is going to get me. Gosh, my deck just needed an extra Sephiroth's Intervention.
This is where I hope they get ambitious and don't play around Airship Crash on their Demon Wall.
Sure. Do I have a Shinra left? I do have a Shinra left. The 3 life could be essential if I draw that. The slow and painful death by Albed Salvagers. Oh, gosh. Oh, we're so dead. Oh my gosh, Phoenix down is such a good combo here. Vincent Valentine is back. Yeah, this game is so over. It's so annoying. Vincent is back. Back again. Guess who's back? Tell your friends. Sure. I mean, this game is incredibly, incredibly over. I can never kill Albed Salvagers because I have no kill spells in my deck. I guess I should have taken the Chocobo kick. Oh, man, this is just such a brutal, annoying matchup.
Yeah. Oh, that's tough.
Oh, see you next round. Welcome to another round. We're 2-2, so still battling for a reasonable finish. If we can get 4-3 out of this deck, I'll be happy. It's going to depend a little bit. I mean, like, there was just... It's one of those drafts where you, like, your best path through is maybe not finding the open colors, which is a little bit weird. Oh, gosh. Maybe we aren't going to be successful after all. That is a bad sign. Immediately draws land, of course. Why not? immediately draws 2 lands. Town Greeter, you have failed me. Though you have set up my final days to be pretty reasonable. That's crazy as a play. Our 2/2 is picking up steam, so our Calamity Rexor might live. Whoa. I could have attacked them for 1. Definitely killing Renoa. They've already used a couple kill spells. So they might have another one. They might just be, like, removal flooded. But maybe this guy will just, like, win me the game. Okay. So they did have a ton of removal. But making 5 2/2s could be good now. The zombie army, the horror army. Ugh, here we go. Well, that's scary. I can't say I like this development. I think I have to block like this. I don't like 6-man blocking when I could be just blocking one of the 2/2s. But I have so many creatures coming out that I think I can afford to be a 10. Ochu, okay, that is a huge draw. Okay, Ochu, we can, the Fat Chocobo we can actually defeat here. Mm-hmm. I think that's the correct line. Could have played Geisel Greens instead.
That's a top deck. Oh my gosh. Maybe I'm going to get punished for this line. Oh no.
They gained another 2 life. They go up to 18. If I just played Geisel greens, none of this would have been an issue. Gosh darn it. Gosh, no. It's a life gain card. It's life gain. Okay, that's a huge draw. That is a tremendous draw. So this will draw me 3 cards if the trade goes through. Let's go! Boom! Let's go. Got the win. The games where we draw Jenova, we tend to do pretty well. 3 wins. We need 1 more to feel like this deck was a success, I think. So let's just double check the list as we head to this all-important critical round. This is the juncture. Like, not every draft you do can be a perfect record, but sometimes you scrap it out. And this one, I have not liked Airship Crash at all. Would I rather have Airship Crash or Namazu Trader? Probably Namazu Trader. Though I'm just going to keep the faith in the Airship Crash for now. Okay. Oh, man. Or would I rather have Namazu over Grand Pulse Ochu? That could be better. Yeah, let's run it like this. I'll see you in the next round. Welcome to another round. We'll keep this. The Namazu Trader is looking like a good addition to the deck. Airship Crash. We decided to stay the course. We'll see what we're up against. And against Blue-White, that is the exact matchup we want to face with Airship Crash. We won't cycle. It's going to be a good interactive spell here. Boom, we drew the land we needed. We have a turn 4 Jenova. This is what our deck is built to do. Okay, one of our removal spells down. We've got 2 more permanents in the graveyard, though. Blitzball, okay. I could kill that, but I'm just going to use Jenova, buff up my non-death touch creature. I could have played Namazu Trader, and then Namazu Trader, like, then sacrifice something. Seems better to just get the Jenova going, though. Or Noah, sure. They could double block, but that would be disastrous for them. I have my Death Touch creature at the ready. I'm trying to play around White Auracite by having this up. Realms sketching. That's not great for me. Hate to see it. Poor Angelo. I'll sacrifice my biggest guy to get 5 more cards. Dovin's Veto, eh? Sid, okay. I wanted this to die so my cloud could kill their Jenova. So that's perfect for me. Ba-dum-bum. Sure, Sahakin is fine. Dreams of Laguna is fine. I'm going to hold up. No, I'm just going to play Balam. How do I possibly lose if I play Balam here? Sure. Yeah, holding up Precious Wanderings wouldn't have done much there. We'll draw a card off of Fang. Hold up Airship Crash. They were trying to draw some cards. I could tell. Nice! We got to 4 wins. Huge. That's exactly, like, if this deck gets 4 wins, I'll be okay. But now we just have to refocus and try to get the 5th win. See you there. Welcome to another round. We have a great hand here. Town Greeter, Cloud of Darkness is great synergy. We can even play this on turn 4 potentially now. Torgal, a Fine Hound. No, I messed up. I got punished. Punt. Ninja Blades, okay. I guess I'd still probably correct to not play this guy on turn 2, but... Chocobo. Land. Boo Boo Gardener. The fat Chocobo is coming. Maybe they're looking for a land. No, okay, so then maybe they found a land. Here comes the fat chocobo. This is going pretty well for me, I'd say. Okay, Jenova sucks for me, gotta be honest. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. So that's their block. They're willing to take 6 here. And that works perfectly for me. Now I can kill the Jenova. I'll let them loot. I don't like it, but I will. Because I want to attack with everything this turn. Lock coal, sure. I'll jump the Ninja Blades this time. If they hadn't played a Life Linker, I could have attacked everything, I think. And killed them. I'm losing my fat Chocobo this turn, so that's unfortunate. But if they don't have an answer to my Cloud of Darkness, I should be in good shape still. Of course they have the answer. You hate to see it. If I mill one of my final days or whatever, it'd be really good. Take out one of their cards. Okay, I've got 2 final days in the deck. That's my best draw. Okay. I'm going to lose now, aren't I? I have a Grand Pulse Ochu still, I think.
pain.
Well, that's a huge draw. They've got 6 mana, so they have to have spells, or they would have played a land and flashed back their guy. That's good for me. Diamond weapon. Did we get there? Yes! Yes! Oh, victory. Sweet, sweet victory. Up to 5 wins. Why not keep this deck rolling in victory? We beat our opponent's Jenova that game. Every game we win without Jenova feels like a major achievement. Let's go. We had the fat chocobo help us out there. Cool. See you next round. Welcome to another round. We need to draw a swamp with this hand, but we have Jenova. We'll keep it. It's very sketch. We can't cast a single spell. But if we draw a swamp in our first 2 draw steps, I think we'll like almost guaranteed win. It's definitely sketch. So the way that the math works is it's like the games where I don't draw a swamp, I just lose. So that's like 40% of games. The games where I have to win an overwhelming majority of the games that I have 8 black sources, a town greeter, and a precious wanderings. So I think it's 8 black sources. I think I have 8, 7, then the dual land. So I think I have 8 black sources. Okay. So if I do draw the swamp, my hand becomes really, really good. If I don't draw the swamp, I lose. If I mulligan, I'm already at a disadvantage. So it's like, you know, sometimes you get there, sometimes you don't. But if we get there, it'll be pretty good. Let's just keep our chocobo around. Cat. Literal worst draw. Well, not literal. Any black spell would have been a worse draw. Vincent Valentine. Okay. So now I really need a swamp. Yep. We did accept that we would lose these games. Some percentage of the time. I still think it was worth it. We have Town Greeter to help us find lands as well. So, yeah. Sometimes you just have to accept the fact that you have a weird opener and you have to keep it, and it doesn't always get there. I mean, I didn't have to keep it. I could have mulliganed, but playing a Jenova on curve would have been fantastic, so I was willing to risk it. Oh, well. Oh, well, indeed. We tried. 5 wins, still pretty reasonable. If we'd drawn a swamp this turn, I still think we were somewhat in it. My opponent also doesn't seem to be doing much. Yep. Okay. Like, obviously, if we didn't draw a swamp, that game, so the hand looked really bad. But if we had drawn a swamp, we would have won. They did nothing for so many turns. Like, just imagine we draw a swamp on our first draw step. We go Heck dies, or we go Chocobo or whatever, Heck dies, Jenova, play Cloud of Darkness to kill Vincent, Vane's Treachery killed it. Like, we would have easily won this game if we'd drawn a swamp in time. And so, like, I don't think it's, like, that big of a mistake. They could have had a kill spell, but yeah. We're not able to do much there. Sometimes you just have to keep hands. I mean, I feel like you have to keep hands that can't always, like, you have to rely on your deck sometimes, and we're not able to rely on it there. Because if you look at our deck, we have 7, 8 black sources we could just naturally draw. We have Town Greeter, which would be another source. We have Torgal, which would be another source of black. And we have Precious Wandering. So we really have 11 draws there that all kind of get us out of that fix that we were in. And so if you just factor in 11 draws out of the 33 cards left in my deck, that's like roughly a 1/3 chance each draw, and we had a few draw steps to get there. And so it's not exactly guaranteed. It's not like you're like, oh, I draw 3 cards, I'm guaranteed to hit a black source. But like if we draw 2 cards in our first couple draw steps, and we're like 33% each time, so it's like pretty reasonable odds to expect that we'll be able to get there. So I think it was worth it as a keep, especially because Jenova was in my hand. If I didn't have Jenova and Cloud of Darkness, if my black cards were like Fang, Shinra Reinforcements, Namazu Trader, I'm never keeping that. But because Jenova on turn 4 is like so powerful, I think it was worth it. Anyway, 5 wins, pretty solid for this deck, which had very limited removal and got pretty horrifically like mana color screwed in that last game, so I didn't really get to play that last game. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did make it all the way to the end, in the comment section down below, leave hashtag Jenova. So let me know you made it all the way to the end, or maybe just hashtag Nova if Jenova is too many syllables. But yeah, because this card was the focal point of our deck, our first pick, and a lot of the games we won were when we just were able to deploy this card because it is so strong. That's going to do it for this one, though. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.